and nation. They didn't want to lose their position as rulers over the Israelites, because the nation would then follow Yahushua instead of them, and they don't want that. So basically, yeah. So, right. So you still had people that saw it, and still they wanted to fight him. That's vain. There's another form of vanity, which goes into inflated pride in oneself or one's appearance, and conceit. And the second one is something that is vain, empty, or valueless. That also. Right, so Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 4. Yet Yahweh had not given you an heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxen old upon you, and thy shoe is not waxen old upon thy feet. That shows you that he can make clothing immortal, and therefore he can make us immortal also, and he will, by the way. Ye have not eaten bread, neither have you drunk wine or strong drink, that ye might know that I am Yahweh, your power. And when ye came into this place, Sihon, the king of Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us. What? Came out against us unto battle, and we smote them. So we killed them. And by the way, Og was a giant. The Og of Bashan was a giant, and the king of Bashan, the Sihon, king of Bashan, was also big, if I'm correct. We're giants. But for Og, I 100% know. Sihon of Bashan, I'm not 100% sure, but he was big. Verse 8. And we took their land, and gave it for an inheritance unto the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to half of the tribe of Manasseh. Yeah, he was a giant, yeah. Because I remember that when we went into the land, they saw the giants, and they was afraid. Yeah, he was a giant too. Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do them. That ye may prosper in all that ye do. So there it goes again. There it shows you again that if we keep the commandments, the covenant of the Lord, and do the commandments, of the covenant, the agreement, the contract that we have with the Lord. The word covenant means contract, and the word sin means to break the covenant, to break the commandment, to break the contract, which, yeah, if you break the covenant, where the commandments, which is a part of the commandments are part of the covenant, the contract. So you have a contract, which is the covenant, and on that contract is words, right? And those words were the commandments, right? Also, it's an agreement that you make with the Lord. It's not actually about the paper. It's about the agreement that you made with the Heavenly Father, with that person that gave you that contract. Like, sign here on the dotted line. If you break my covenant, I'll break you. Sign. Well, I'm not sure I should be doing that, because I know I'm going to break it. But yeah, that's just a joke. Because we did sign it, and he gave it unto us. Because he says here, his son said here, I have chosen you, not you chosen me. John 15 and 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. So that's what the Lord said. I'm going to read this later. John 15 and 16. Now, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 10. It says, Ye stand this day, all of you, before Yahweh your power, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the ewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water. Which, yeah. So, because back in the days we didn't have this thing. We didn't have this. We didn't have this system. We had this. What's it called again? You can call it a chimney. this, or basically this thing, actually, I don't know what you call it. And this thing. What? Oh shit. This thing. Verse 11. Oh yeah, no. 12. That thou shouldest enter into covenant with Yahweh thy power, all of us, and into his oath, which Yahweh thy power make it with thee this day. See, we basically made an oath, like swear unto me. Basically, that's what we did. That he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a power, and as he had said unto thee, as he had said unto thee, and as he had sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Wait a minute. Right, going on. Now it says, verse 14, Deuteronomy 28:14. Now it says, neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here with us this day before Yahweh our power, and also with him that is not here with us this day. They say, for ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the nations which ye passed by. And ye have seen their abomination, and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them. Sorry. Right. Now this is the book of Genesis chapter 35 verse 12, because I jumped from here to here. That's why. Genesis 35 and 12. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. So, see? So when it says like that, not only with the people that were standing there that the covenant was made, that's talking about the future generations of the children of Israel, all of them, including us here, which are like 4,000 years later, something like that. Verse 16. No, I already read that. 17. Oh yeah, I already read that too. I'm going to read it again. And ye have seen their abominations, and their idols, wood and stone, silver and gold, which were among them. Lest there should be among you man or woman or family or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day from Yahweh our power, to go and serve the gods of these nations. Lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood, which is poison and bitter. And it shall come to pass. That's why you say, this guy is poisonous, man. You know, nowadays they use this word toxic all out of proportion. You know, oh, it's toxic relationship. What? That doesn't. Anyway, it's just exaggerating too much. That word is being overused and is going to be desensitized. Oh, he's a predator. Why? Because he seeks out vulnerable women. You're the one spreading your legs, and you're stupid because you're being lied to. And you want that thug nigga, right? Or you want the guy with the 100,000 a year and stuff like that, right? Come on, man. He's not a predator. You're the predator. You're the predator, actually, and you're toxic. But this is just madness, man. But anyway, you're going to get yours. You're going to get what you deserve. Starting with you Edomites, because they're the ones that push in these delusional females, their minds, to be like that. But then again, the Lord said in the scripture says in the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 14, 2,000 years ago, these women were already on the side of Satan. How much more now? And it came to pass when he heareth the words of this curse, because the Lord did curse us. How? Well, he said that if any of you start to serve the other gods, it's going to be a curse on you. That he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart, to add drunkenness to thirst. Yahweh will not spare him. Why? Because first and foremost, the drunkenness is when you go to the other philosophies and you start drinking their Babylon juice. because it's philosophies. That's why they say until this day, what is the meaning? What is the meaning of don't drink the Kool-Aid? In recent years, it has evolved further to mean extreme dedication to a cause or purpose, which is your mind. A person who believes in a possible doomed or dangerous idea because of perceived potential high rewards. When you sell your soul to Satan, you're going to have a very luxurious life. That's, you drink that Kool-Aid. It's an expression because it came from reality in the Jim Crow thing, you know. They drank the Kool-Aid, but the Kool-Aid was in poison. Let me see, Jim Crow victims. Of the Kool-Aid. Here is those are people. Those are not cars. Those are people lying there. Because they drank the Kool-Aid and they basically mass suicided themselves. And these were our people, stupid enough following after a sucker named Jim Crow. What? Jim Jones, sorry. That's why I didn't pop up. Jim Jones, sorry. You see, that's why it didn't pop up the first time. Look at him here, this guy. Jim Jones, and if I'm correct, that's the Edomite. Got you niggas killed, didn't it? Sucker. Still following after the devil. Good for you. You are where you're supposed to be. Let me see, where was I? So, the Lord will not spare him. Wait, sorry. Deuteronomy 28 and 20. 29 and 20. Yahweh will not spare him, but then the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him. Yeah, because, you know, we made a covenant with him, and if you break that covenant, then you're going to get the curses. And Yahweh shall blot out his name from under heaven. Bye-bye. And Yahweh shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. So that the generation to come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land, shall say, when they see the plagues of the land, and the sickness which Yahweh had laid upon it, and that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that it is not sown nor beareth, nor any grass groweth therein. This represents basically non-prosperity, because brimstone is something that explodes. So the Lord is gonna destroy us. Brimstone. No, sulfur. Well, brimstone is flammable. And brimstone is one of the ingredients of a nuclear bomb, by the way. And it can catch fire very good, very hard. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed with fire and brimstone. And yeah, let me see what more. Salt. If you have if you don't know, this is what happens when salt is on the ground. Salt pits. This is what happens. This. Nothing can grow there. Nothing. The salt kills it. Kills it. Here. If this is so prosperously green, how come this isn't? That's because salt is there. So the Lord is going to make us desolate, and he did. He did. But Moab is going to be like salt pits also, and Ammon is going to be like salt pits also. Just like how we got destroyed, same way Moab and Ammon is going to get destroyed also. Now, is their land going to look like that? To a certain degree, yes and no, because they're still going to have greenery and stuff like that. But it's symbolic for It's symbolic for the representation of their destruction. And burning, fire and brimstone, is going to be, it represents destruction. That is not sown, nor beareth, nor any grass groweth therein. Like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. I just showed you a picture of, well, not a picture, well, it was in the title thing. So yeah, so basically it represents that the Lord is going to destroy them, because he also made our lands. Here, check this out. Israel landscape. Look, it's a desert over there, but you still have trees here, there, you know. But it looks messed up. It don't look good. It's empty for a big part. Look how ugly this look. It don't look that pretty, because the Lord cursed that land. And you have certain places that look like this because the water is close by, so the water nurture it. But look at here, the mountains. This look like, you know, a Jake's hair that he hasn't combed for a long time. You know, all these little bald spots and stuff like that. But if you go here, for example, you see voluptuous, if I use that word right. You see beautiful mountains covered with greenery. You can't even see the bottom. You know, it doesn't even have bald spot patches and stuff like that. Yeah, here it does, But it still look beautiful compared to the land of Israel right now. And this is just one country after many countries upon the planet Earth. Spain. Look like a desert. But yeah, Spain is near the continent of Africa, so. But you have beautiful places in Spain too. You don't see bald patches. You don't see this in Israel. Well, I haven't seen it. I never went there, but I looked up pictures. It don't look that pretty. And this is most likely in the autumn, or the grass is just burnt up, because if it's like in the spring or autumn, it's going to be a little bit more green. And in the summer, it's summer too, but I don't know, maybe this is, oh, they're ruins. Yeah, but it will be very green. It's gonna be like this. Yeah, so that's a great view going on. So just like how you saw Israel right over there with a lot of bald spots and just messed up places and stuff like that, as you can see here. Oh, it doesn't go further. Israel landscape, you know, you look at it. I saw a little kind of good one over here, but still, it's not that beautiful. It's not that full, bright, dark green. You know, and also, let me see Palestine. Probably not that. I never looked it up anyway, by the way. Never. Yeah, see? Probably not that beautiful, I wanted to say also. Look. These mountains look like, you know, somebody that can't grow hair. Just like how the black female is, her hair grows like this. That's the same way that the land grows right about now. All cursed up. Kind of to a certain degree. But all the other countries, their hair is voluptuous. Am I using that word? Voluptuous. Oh yeah, that's what.
Voluptuous.
Yeah, full. All their hair is full, luxurious and stuff like that. You know, rounded and curvishly like this. Voluptuous. Okay, that's what. I think that is the word. What I'm looking for. Yeah. These are the daughters of Israel right about now, looking like this, and the daughters of the heathen nations. Their hair is looking like. It's looking like this. It's looking like this, and Israel is the land is a woman, because your wife is your land, and then you know, symbolically, your wife is your land. Jeremiah 3:1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? So your wife is your land, and you are a husbandman, you are a seed putter in her womb. You're a seed putter in her womb. Yeah, a seed putter that puts it in her womb. And like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Amad and Zeboim, which Yahweh overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. That's how you're going to be when you go away from Yahweh. The Lord is going to destroy you. Even all nations shall say, wherefore had Yahweh done thus unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? Or what he has done to our people, because we went to other. If he said, if we go to other gods, then this is what he will do. And even the nations shall say, like, oh, what has the Lord done to these people? Then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahweh, the power of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. For they went and served other gods and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of Yahweh was kindled against this land, to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book of Deuteronomy 28, and many more. And Yahweh rooted them out of their land in anger, and in wrath, and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day, and to another country, I wanted to say. But yeah, we are in other countries and other lands, yeah. The secret things belong unto Yahweh our power, but those things which are revealed belong to us and to our children forever, which are the ones that were not present that day, when it says here, that here, when it says the ones that do not stand here this day with us too, while making this covenant promise. And also the promise of the curses that will come if you, man, woman, family, tribe, whose heart turneth away from the Heavenly Father to serve other gods, and you will be destroyed, that thou may do all the words of this law. So it says, wait, but those things which are revealed unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. Right. So there you have it. And I have maybe a few precepts actually. This one. 1 Corinthians 13:9. For we know in part and prophesy, and we prophesy in part. But when we, but when that which is perfect has come, Yahushai, then that which is in part shall be done away with. Shall be done away. Because the things that we don't know, the Lord is going to tell us, so it's going to be done away with. For example, the tribe of Dan. We don't know. I don't know. It doesn't say anything in the scriptures. So I don't seek it out, because it's vanity, it's vain. It doesn't profit you anything if the Lord didn't give it unto you. Why are you looking for it? You know? That's like trying to marry a girl that's dead and been dead for like 500 years or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing that to yourself? Well, that's the same thing with, if the Lord hasn't given you, don't look for it. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass, darkly, but then face to face. So now we kind of see blurrily, like we don't really know what's really 100% going down. You know what I'm saying? So those things are in part. We don't know about those things. Not really. It's kind of darkly. You kind of see it, but not really 100%. But once Yahushua comes, we're going to see it face to face. We're going to see it clear. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am known. So it's also talking about when you are a child, you understand as a child, you see as a child. But when you're grown up, you go back to those things that you used to see as a child, and you think about them, and you be like, wow, I didn't even understand what I was looking at. I didn't understand what I was seeing. Well, that's the same way with Yahushua. When he comes back, he's going to actually open our eyes to more things. And now we abided faith, hope, charity, these three things. But the greatest of these is charity. Yeah, well giving. Charity. And charity edified, not this charity. Fuck that. These are the people that caused our people to actually be that poor. Charity goes into basically love. Love for one another. Bible meaning. The highest form of love. You know, love for your neighbors and stuff like that. Okay, I'm lucky that I'm about to stop because these people are about to make some noise over here. I couldn't really hear that. Kind of irritating. So, going to Amos 3:7. Surely Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. So when it says here that the Lord will give his secrets that belong to Yahweh, the secret things that belong to Yahweh, but those things which are revealed belong to us. And how are they revealed? They are revealed by his servants, the prophets, unto his people. Because he will use his prophets, and he doesn't need us. He can just open your mind like that if he wants to. But the Most High likes to play games. I don't know if you noticed. Have you seen Job, man? Have you read Job? And you will find out like, hey man, what? That's a horrible game. Yeah, but he thinks different than us, you know, so don't take it too personal. Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So knowledge is knowing. You know a lot of things. But the understanding is the beauty thereof. So if you understand something, then you will be able to explain it, or to just get it and see it in your mind and process it and stuff like that going on. John 15:15. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. So the fruit, the students that you have, they should remain in this truth. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. So that's one of the reasons why we go out there and trying to teach our people this word. And because the Lord said that, don't follow these false prophets that teach you this. For example, Matthew 5 verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so. So if you are a commandment breaker, the smallest one, like don't eat pork, don't eat shrimp, don't line up your beard, don't line up your head, you know, your head, the corners of your head. If you teach men to do these things, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do them, shall do and teach them what? The commandments. The least, even the least of them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Now, you might have certain people that say stuff like this, well, we're all going to be saved anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're still going to be great, because it says here that the book of Matthew 11 verse 11 says, Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women had not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And John the Baptist was very, very great. It says it right here. And if you will receive, verse 14, and if you will receive it, this is Elijah, which was forth to come. And what was Elijah able to do? Now, who is Elias? It's, you might say, like, I'm butchering the name. I often butcher names, yes, but this is not me. This is them. Who is Elias? Elias is Elijah. They just changed the name in the New Testament, right? So Elijah. Wakes boy from dead. Here. 2 Kings chapter 4, and the other one was Elijah split sea. He divided it actually. Yeah. Oh, same chapter here. Let me go here. 2 Kings chapter 4. then you can imagine what type of powerful Israelites there would be. That's the point. 2 Kings chapter 4 verse. Here it is, but I'm looking. Okay, the child was dead. Yeah, the child. Okay, wait. No, this was Elisha. He took the mantle of Elijah, yes, and he asked Elijah, can I have a double portion of your power? Wait, where is it, man? Is it 2 Kings 4? 2 Kings 2. Okay. But this one is good too, because I was looking for this one. 2 Kings 4. And the other one was 2 Kings 2. Sorry. 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 14. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him and smote the waters and said, where is Yahweh, the power of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither, and Elisha went over. But before that, Elijah did that. Wait, so short. Okay, right, I got it. Now, the other one, check this out. Now, here you have Elisha in 2 Kings chapter 4, verse 30 until 41. You can read the rest for you can read it for yourself if you have the time. But it's talking about Elisha. Elisha is the one that a child was dead, laid upon his bed. He went in therefore and shut the door upon them twain, and prayed unto Yahweh. And he went up and laid on the child. Upon the child, and put his mouth upon his mouth, and his eyes upon his eyes, and his hands upon his hands, and stretched himself upon the child, and the flesh of the child waxed warm. Then he returned and walked in the house to and fro, so toward and from, which is actually forth and back, but nowadays we say back and forth, and went up and stretched himself upon him. And the child sneezed 7 times, and the child opened his eyes, but the child was dead. The child was dead. Right. But yeah, so the point is that, okay, the child was dead. That was Elisha, by the way. But one of the reasons, of course, the first and foremost reason was that Yahweh allowed Elisha to have that type of power. But one of the other reasons why he did have it is here. That type of power, why he did have it is here. It's 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 8. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they two, him and Elisha, he was walking with Elisha, by the way, Elijah and Elisha, his understudy, so that they two went over on dry ground. And it came to pass, when they were gone, dry ground, it says dry ground, so the water was, the earth was not wet. Just like in the time of Moses, the earth was dry when they walked on it, so it was like this. It was like this. It was just dry. That's impossible. But nothing is impossible with the Lord. But to the normal, it is impossible. You're looking at it like, I can't get it. Well, the Lord did that. Going on. Because it was supposed to be wet, like mud, right? Come on, been under the water for a long period of time. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee, because I be taken away from thee very soon. He knew. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And then Elisha was taken away, and then Elisha took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. And he took the mantle of Elisha did, that fell upon him, and smote the waters, and said, where is Yahweh, the power of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted thither and hither and thither, and Elisha went over. He just smacked the water out of anger, and then the water split like, paranoid. So now Elijah also made the child, Elisha also made the child to be waken up out of the dead. And Elijah did it, but he did it first in First Kings. I was just reading Second Kings when Elisha did it in 2 Kings 4. But Elijah did it in 1 Kings 17, as you can see here. 1 Kings 17 and 18. And she said unto Elijah, What have I to do with thee, O thou man of God? Art thou come unto me to call my sin to remembrance, and to slay my son? And he said unto her, Give me thy son. And he took him out of her bosom, which was a child, if I'm correct. Let me see. That there was no breath in him left, so the child was dead. Wait, the child fell sick, and the sings in the story that there was no breath in him. Okay, go. And carried him up into a loft, where he abode, and laid him upon his own bed, which in the loft where he was. And he cried unto Yahweh and said, O Yahweh, my power, hast thou also brought evil upon the widow with whom I sojourn, by slaying her son? And he stretched himself upon the child 3 times, and cried unto Yahweh, and said, O Yahweh, my power, I pray thee, let this child's soul come into him again. And Yahweh, hey, yo, I would be shocked, like, he hurt me. Crazy. And Yahweh heard the voice of Elijah, and the soul of the child came into him again, and he revived. So, just to give you the example of the fact that Matthew 11:11, verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there had not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. And those violence, the kingdom of heaven that suffered violence is the Israelites, because we are the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven dwelleth within you. So if you hit an Israelite, you're actually committing violence against heaven. That's what you're doing. And if you kill Israelites, you're committing violence against heaven. You're going to be in deep trouble. That's why one nation upon the planet Earth is going to be exterminated. You can guess who? For all the prophets and the law prophesied until John. And if ye will receive it, this is Elijah, which was forth to come. Where was he forth to come? In the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 6. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, so that we can follow after our forefathers' ways, and that our forefathers would look down upon us basically and be like, yeah, you're doing good, kid, you're doing good. You know, they always say, like, your father looking down on you. Well, that's it. Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. And this is the time that John the Baptist came, but he was actually Elijah, born again as the cousin of Yahushua. Because if you read the book of Luke, chapter 1 and chapter 2, you will see that Elizabeth and Mary, the mother of Yahushua, were cousins. So therefore, John the Baptist and Yahushua were family, cousins. Because, they were family members, cousins. Also, through their mother's side, there was family. Right. And then that shows you that, even the least in the kingdom of heaven, which says here, Matthew 5 and 19, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But the least shall be even greater than John the Baptist, who is Elijah, because it says right here, Matthew 4, 11, sorry. Because it says it right here, I'm going to read it again. Matthew 11:11. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of God, let me read it. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women had not risen a greater than John the Baptist, who is Elijah, as you can see here. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. So the least in the kingdom of heaven is going to be greater than a man that was able to. No, that was not here. That was actually. He was able to split the water. He was also able to call water down, stop rain from coming. If you read this chapter, because it says right here, verse 17. Sorry, it's not 17. It's verse 1. 1 Kings 17:1. And Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, As Yahweh, the power of Israel, liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. So he could stop rain from coming down. So and he could make people come back from the dead. And through his mantle, to the power of the Lord first and foremost, and then he gave the mantle to Elisha. He was also able to do these type of wonderful things. But yeah, the least in the kingdom of heaven shall be greater than John the Baptist. So you can only imagine what type of power they will have, even though they are the least in the kingdom. How much more the greatest? You should let that sink in. So yeah, so with that, I'm gonna say shalom. I think I'm done, right? Let me see something. Yeah. Judith. Yeah. Judith 5:18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that is not theirs. And the people of their power, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemy. Now this happened upon us because in Deuteronomy 29 verse 24, even all nations shall say, Wherefore had Yahweh done thus unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? Then men shall say, Because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahweh, the power of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. For they went and served other gods and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not and whom he had not given them. So that is what happened to us here. So that's explained here. Because we did this. It's also explained here, but it goes in another type of depth, out of the eyes of another prophet. Oh no, this is just the book of Judith. The accounts that happened to Judith. I don't know who wrote the book of Judith. I have no idea. But it's the word of the Lord. So it's, the word of the Lord, by the way. So, and I think it's a man. Of course it's a man, but I don't know who. It has to be a man. Because ain't no women bringing this truth. 1 Corinthians chapter 14. And let me see 1 Corinthians chapter 14. And also 1 Timothy chapter 2. Now you might say Deborah was one, but in the New Testament she was not mentioned. Because and also because Israel was going off, and then the Lord raised up a judge, which is a woman judge. That's the only woman judge that ever judged Israel. To insult them. Because it is an insult. That's why these females trying to use it against you nowadays. Yeah, but because it is an insult. She's not stronger than you. But Judith was a very beautiful woman, and she believed in the Lord. Back in the days, you had women that were godly women. They feared the Heavenly Father. And it was a beautiful thing. Beautiful women in the spirit and in the soul, and also physically. And don't forget that part. That should come third. Because the Lord said, beauty is vain. It says here, Proverbs 31 and 30. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth Yahweh, she shall be praised. And Judith should be praised. Along with a bunch of other women that was in the scriptures too, like Deborah. But in the end, she was not mentioned. It was... Barak was mentioned. He's not called Barak. And Samson. Here, Gideon. Hebrews. I knew it was in Hebrews. I knew it was in the New Testament, actually. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 31. And what shall I say more? For the time will fail me to tell of Gideon and of Barak. She was with him. He was with her. Barak and Deborah. Here, Judges 4. Here, Deborah sent unto Barak. Deborah sent unto the Barak. Deborah. Here, verse 14. That's what I'm looking for. And Deborah said unto Barak, Up, for this is the day in which Yahweh had delivered Sisera into thine hand. See? Let me read it again. And Deborah said unto Barak, Up, get up. For this is the day in which Yahweh had delivered Sisera into thine hand, because Barak went up to fight, and not Deborah, but she was the judge. Is not the prophetess, actually, sorry. Which is, the prophetess is a wife of a wife of a prophet. Is not Yahweh gone out before thee? So Barak, see, is not Yahweh gone out before thee? Is not the Lord with you? Is he not in front of you? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him. And this day, it is written, this day has been given unto a woman, something like that. A woman? That's what she said. She said it. Here, verse 9. And she said, I will surely go with thee, notwithstanding the journey that thou takest shall not be for thine honor, for Yahweh shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh. So yeah, basically it's the Lord raised her up. So yeah, but I think she's the only woman that ever that ever happened with. I should mark this one right, actually. Right. So yeah, so right. What else did she do? Let me see. Woman one time, second. Yeah, did it again. Did it already? I mean, woman somewhere here. Oh, here. Oh, show no. Woman study Bible. Okay, cool. Woman study Bible. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.